Are we live? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a Wednesday. And we're back. And we're still black and matter. We're a Wednesday. And the sauce. Hey, and we're back. And we're black and still matter. Okay.
Yeah.
Even the baby's getting involved. Okay, this is how committed we are to this. Hello! Welcome, it's Wednesday at 7:30ish. We are back from the madness. Even though the madness is still going on, we're back from the madness to bring you the sauce on the wall. How is everybody doing here on a Wednesday at 7:30ish? Here on Twitch. How's it going?
Not too bad, I guess, considering.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I suppose I concur.
Yeah. We haven't killed anybody yet. We're not in jail, so
I'm waiting.
We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. I was like, I wish Karen would right now, but she's
real.
not going to. So, you know.
I'm waiting for a Karen, a Becky, a Shaun, a Helen, Pony, Egg, any one of them.
It's okay. It's all right. We're back with a vengeance.
Yep.
You can't keep us away. It's all good.
You love us and you love comics. You're in the right place. Just kick it on the wall, man.
Yeah. There you go. Come on.
Yeah. Welcome to issue 89.
89.
Damn, we should be in 100 right now, technically.
I know.
We should really be in 100s, yeah.
No, it's like we had to take a break, man. Mental health, man, was paramount. It was paramount at that point because I was
I'm still not even 100% mentally ready to be good.
Yeah. It was nuts because, like, obviously when everything kicked off, I was like, I don't want to watch nothing that has any Superman, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was
nothing.
like, fuck them. I was like, fuck
nothing.
Superman. Fuck.
You know, I was like,
for real.
I know this sounds really bad, but I was like, I really don't want to see like white people right now. I just want to eat food and see my black people and make sure they're okay. And I was chilling. I was like, okay, breathe.
I haven't watched a show with an all-white cast for months.
I knew I was okay because like halfway through I was like, okay, I can watch Friends. This is funny. Okay, I'm all right. I'm all right. Let the anger go. It's okay. Just, you know, yeah.
I'm about to blow you two's minds. I started watching, drum roll please, Jessica Jones.
Oh my.
Season 3.
Finally.
That's arrived, people.
Because I was trying to figure out what to watch, and I was like, and it was weird. Like it just popped into my head. I was like, what about Jessica Jones? I was like,
yeah, what about Jessica?
All right. And I watched it, and I was Trish. I'm only on episode, so don't spoil nothing for me. Episode like 3 or 4.
I don't remember.
Oh my days.
I cannot stand. She's mental, like legit mental.
We told you.
Yeah.
She is in, like, she should be locked up, legit locked up. Like, she's got problems.
Yeah, she's crazy, man.
There's this one scene where she saved somebody, sitting in the car watching like this person get arrested or whatever it was, and then she's like, I was like, ugh. Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, no. The only thing I can tell you that me and Rich obviously will agree on is that it gets worse.
Gets much worse.
It gets
much worse.
Trish, especially Trish, she gets worse.
I feel like, I really hope you don't have to tell me nothing. Try not to make a face.
Wait.
You know how these shows usually has like the Marvel Netflix shows usually have like the villain of one half of the season and then the other half is someone completely different. I'm hoping that Trish is that second half of the season's villain, and that she gets killed by Jessica, and then it ends. Anyway, let's just talk about this stuff.
Yeah. So anyway,
except that I don't want to say expect a review. At the end, expect a rant.
Yes.
Yeah, we definitely prefer rants and tantrums. Yeah. I've been watching Castlevania actually. I've just Yeah.
Yes!
I'm on the
Oh,
last episode of season 9. Oh, season 9. Episode 9 of season 2. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The one thing that I'm upset with Castlevania is that the seasons are too short. I'm just like,
well, let me say something to that actually, because I'm also trying. I'm trying my dang hardest. Yeah, to watch that Ang thing, that aviator thing. Avatar.
Yeah.
Avatar.
The film, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to watch that, but it's like 22 episodes. Please excuse Lord Cassius. He wants to be on the podcast as well, but he just can't get his words together just yet. So
that's okay. So give him a couple of months. A couple of months will be alright. It'll be good.
I'm actually watching that at the moment as well, Rich, because I didn't realize that my
really?
hasn't watched it.
So what episode?
Yeah,
let's watch it together. What episode are you on?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know, bro. Like, I'm on episode. Let me check real quick. I am on episode. Yesterday we watched the one with.
I watched the one where I'm at is where he goes to that town where there's that big slide, and it's his old friends, and the friend gives him tests to do. Yeah,
King Boog.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Marshall.
Yeah.
You're Marshall.
Oh,
we watched that one. We watched that one and another one yesterday. So I'm 2 episodes after that now. So tonight I'll be watching episode 8 and 9 because we watched 2 episodes and then I'll go to bed.
While I'm editing this, I'll try and put that. I'll try and catch up to you, and then we can make it more enjoyable as I'm watching it together. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I've got your back.
Cool.
You have to let Cassius watch it.
Yeah, he'll be in bed by then. But he doesn't pay attention to TV that long. Like.
Oh,
that's good. That is
that is very good.
Don't encourage him to pay attention to TV.
True, very true. Okay, when it gets a little bit older and he's like this, now you need to learn the way.
Yeah. I'm also watching, before we get started again, Kengan Ashura. That show is dope. I can't wait for season 3. I've not finished season 2, but I can't wait for season 3. And it's just straight fighting. Like, you watch Dragon Ball Z or Naruto or any show that's got like a tournament. It's like, okay, there's going to be a tournament, and it's like 50 episodes until they even talk about the tournament again. And then
so it's like Dragon Ball then.
Yeah. No, hang on. I'm talking about Dragon Ball and Naruto, but Kengan Ashura, there's episodes where it just starts off in the fight. You don't know how they got there.
It's brilliant. And then
the choreography is brilliant. You know
why? I'm gonna tell you why. Right, just quickly, because creators of Ashura, they use actual fighters, like MMA fighters, Thai fighters, and they digitally, like, they track them and then they digitally put them in the actual thing. So everything just looks like I just love that team. I just love that series. Like, I cannot
They will tell you about the martial art as well, and it's nice to see. Bruce Lee invented Jeet Kune Do. It was nice to see them incorporate Jeet Kune Do in there and explain it as like it's like a martial art that's been there from day when it's not that old.
Yeah. But don't let anybody tell you that Baki is better than Kengan Ashura, because they are wrong. They are wrong.
No, it's not. I've watched season 1.5 of Baki. And I know people compare it because of the animation style, but Kengan Ashura is way better.
Yeah. Keep telling people, don't listen to me, but you listen to me, so it's all right.
I started BNA last night, which stands for Brand New Animal.
I wanted to watch that.
Watched the first episode last night. I'm gonna go back to it after Kengan Ashura, but it's actually pretty sick. It almost reminds me of Beastars, but different because it's got humans in it.
Okay.
The animals are clearly black people.
What is this called?
Oh, how do I feel about that?
BNA. Because it's like, Bravo November.
Oh, Alpha? BNA.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It stands for Brand New Animal. I can't go into what it's about. But it's like you got like fully. It's got like humans in one part. Then something that we need to do, or just go back to Africa. They just got these animals, and they just started their own utopia. Their own paradise for them to go. Okay, The humans don't want us. They're treating us. They even had a poster in the beginning of the episode. It said something like Animal Rights Day, and then humans came and spray painted something in Japanese. The subtitles didn't come up to say where it said, but I was like, probably said. I only watched the first episode, but that's pretty dope. And like I said, I've not been bothered to watch certain faces right now. I know we said that live.
We did.
Yeah, we said that live. Unfiltered.
I've not been bothered watching white faces right now, but you know what I've been watching?
What have you been watching?
And I'm years behind. Blackish. Blackish is sick. Blackish with Anthony Anderson, Tracy Ellis Ross.
Yeah, that TV show is really good. Blackish is good. When it gets to Mixedish, I'm not sure. And then Black as Fuck, I'm like, meh.
No, I don't. I know it's got spin-offs, but I'm really not going into those. I'm just gonna watch Blackish. But anyway.
Oh, Kieran, did you watch that documentary on Wu-Tang?
Oh yeah. I watched that episode just the other day. Thank you, Cass.
That's right. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills. Yeah, that's what he's saying. There we go.
Alright, so
only watched the first episode.
Okay.
Watch the rest of it. I'm really hoping that I'm gonna spot me or Richard in the crowd as they filmed some of it when we went to.
I won't spoil it for you, but it's really good, and everybody's in there. Everybody's in there. It's really good.
Looking to. I'll finish that soon. I'm watching. Oh, I'm also watching. Has anyone heard of Insecure with Issa Rae?
Hell yeah! I binged the shit out of all of that.
I'm watching that. I never even heard of it until like a week ago. I was like, "What's this? Black people." Right,
you need to watch I May Destroy You as well on BBC iPlayer.
Okay.
She was in what was it? Something Rising, and it was the woman who did Chewing Gum. Did you watch Chewing Gum? I didn't watch Chewing Gum, but like.
Yeah, I had real issues with that show.
Yeah, I didn't like that show, but I really liked her in because she played an alien, like in a sci-fi thing. Something Rising. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, and then now I'm a iPlayer. It's really, really good.
As well. When I saw Chewing, and we'll get to comics in a minute. I just want to get this. Yeah. I thought Chewing Gum came across. No, I thought that Channel 4 hired a black girl for this role.
And
when I was watching it, I'm like, this is horrible. This is why are they making her do this?
Yeah.
And then I found out she created the show and she wrote it, and I was like, oh no, this is just self-hating. I can't watch this.
Yeah, for me, I was like, it wasn't for me. Like, she had some bars in there that were hilarious, which was like string. But anyway, but I like this style of writing, and like maybe it's just me. I like high drama, but like I like I May Destroy You. If you get a chance to watch that BBC iPlayer, it's amazing.
Give that. But comic books, what's
going on?
Okay, sorry about that little timeout there.
No worries.
Some technical difficulties there. You know what I mean? But yeah, okay. So let's get on. What we're talking about today? We're just basically reviewing some comics that we've found and. Some people that we found, some companies that we found or we know of that we want to share with everybody. So Isha, do you want to go first and let us know?
I will. Okay, so I am reviewing firstly Noir Caesar. Yeah. Comics and studios, because they got comics and they got animation, because they're nang like that. So we got Noir Caesar, comics and studios. CEO is Johnny O'Brien. Bryant, yeah. And I'm reviewing XoGenasys.
Okay.
It's set in New York, 2075. It's basically about a young boy with a sister and one parent home. He kind of gets. He's kind of like obviously hard done by the system, and he aspires to be in the XoGenasys like sport, which is basically like gladiators with high performance suits. So the suits give you basically superpowers. You can mess everybody up to death, all of that good stuff. We are back. Okay, as I was saying, before Talk rudely interrupted us with their stupidness. You're right, Akira.
Yeah, no, sorry. I feel like whatever Richard did has worked on my screen because everything's brighter.
Oh, okay, there we go. And we're back. So, Noir Caesar, comic book and studio company. CEO is Johnny O'Brien. I'm reviewing XoGenasys. It is about a young boy who's a single parent home. He gets into a lot of fights, you know what I mean? He doesn't really have any clear direction. And he aspires to be in the XoGenasys games, which is basically gladiators with high performance suits. And the suits give you like super abilities and all that stuff. And as I was saying before, the Johnny O'Brien was saying that it's based off of how the sporting industry exploits young people. You know, everybody is, you know, young men, sometimes they aspire to be basketballers or all of that stuff, and you get into the industry and the industry sucks you dry, or, you know, gives you that kind of self-worth based off of what you can do for them rather than them helping you, like, build you up. So, and the CEO, like Johnny O'Brien himself, has been in the supporting industry, so it's like a first-hand experience for him. If you get a chance to go on YouTube or go on there, actually don't go on YouTube, go on their website, Noir Caesar. They've got all of their publications on there. They've got all of their almost like previews for films that they're in the process of making. So you've got XoGenasys, you've got is it Primus 7? You've got another one that they launched today. Oh my god, I can't remember the name. Wait, give me 5 seconds. But wait, until I get that. But they've got great mangas, because they started off with mangas and then they moved to anime. So they've got a couple of mangas like Arms of the Dragon, Hot Dog Prince, and Shinto. I know, yeah. I saw it and I was reading the synopsis. I was like, yeah, that's my shit. Yeah, Hot Dog Prince. So they've got stuff like that. They've got an amazing collection. If you get a chance to go on there, they've got apparel. They've got, just up and coming films. So I think it's a really good company to support. Again, they're on Insta and Facebook and Twitter, all that good stuff. So, and what I love about them is that even though they obviously you take from the Japanese aesthetic of, like, you know, manga or anime, it's just giving it a nice relatable look and feel. So you're reading it, it's just like, like there's just normal people who just look like me in it. Like there's black women, there's, you know, white women. It's just like it's for the culture, which is good. So and everybody on the roster in the company is black, or, you know, and they got women in there, and it's just very progressive, and it's just how, you know, a company should be. So it's really, really good. If you get a chance to check them out, they are amazing. Their animation is sick. Their mangas are sick. Their just illustrations are sick. The stories are sick. It's all sick. So check them out. And the second one is Children of Ether, which is on Crunchyroll. That was a Kickstarter by LeSean Thomas, the wonderful man who created Cannon Busters, which is on Netflix. I know some people don't like it. You're just like, I know some people are not fond of Cannon Busters. Okay, I understand
missing
that.
An ingredient.
Yeah. But, you know, it's just, you know, I mean, the soundtrack's hard, and anyway, we'll get into that another time. But Children of Ether, it's on Crunchyroll. It's only one episode, but basically, someone called Rhonda, she's on the run from like a mysterious assailant after her dad dies, and she basically has like a cataclysmic power of ether. So she's just when she gets too stressed or whatever, she can just destroy everything in her path and whatever. And in like the first opening scene, she's running through this tube, like she's in this dystopia, like underworld, and she's running through this tube and someone's chasing her, and then she just spazzes out and, like, you know, destroys the tube, and she wakes up. These 2 little orphans, bless them, there can't be more than like 5. They like bring her to like a home, and they're like, you're right, like they're very cute. Like if you get to watch it, just watch it. And basically she's just trying to find out about how her power works, and, you know, where to go and who to trust and all of that stuff. So if you get a chance to watch it, and obviously LeSean Shaun Thompson. He's done a lot of work, I think, in other companies. I think he's done stuff for like Boondocks and stuff like that. So his animation, like his illustration work, is really, really good. And he's in a documentary on Netflix about, I think it's Anime or Anime Alive or something like that. I'll find out about it. And the last one is a London one. Yeah, London massive. Yeah, so we've got a comic called Stranger Days.
Nice.
Yeah? It looks so good, and it's by Aziz Bello and Iman Lake. It's coming out on the 3rd of the 7th, 2020. I don't know nothing about it. I'm not gonna lie. I need to buy it. But it's their first publication. If you go on their Twitters or Instas, it's lovely that they're like, we're working on this for 7 months. So you see that some of the early illustrations, see them putting it together, and I think it's part of a Cassius, like and I think it's part of, see, that's how you know he's a geek from early. You understand? But I think it's part of an album video and like a comic book, like obviously launch kind of thing. So I don't know what it's about. It looks good. You get a chance to look at the cover. It's very interesting, and even though it's like this is the newest wave of like, London people, well, I say UK people making comics. Obviously we've had like a Carla with the Ruins of Empire and V.V. Brown of City of Abacus, but they never get like enough of that hype kind of thing. So when I saw this, I was like, oh no, we need to bring this to the forefront. So bring it. It's just like, it's good, and they're 2 young guys, and it's just like, support the youth. The youth. So you get a chance to Stranger Days. Just pick it up. I think it's like $9.99. Get it, and once I buy it, because I get paid to, I'll buy it, and then I'll properly review it. But I'm just letting you know about it. It's important. Yeah. So yes, that's my reviews. Thank you very much. Okay, go. I can relax now.
All right. Do you want to go next, Kay, or?
Right. Yeah. I want to apologize first and foremost to I can't even pronounce
Konkret.
Konkret.
Comics.
Spelt with a K.
Odina.
Yes, K and K.
With K. I read Odina issue 1 on your website, which was amazing. It was a fun read. But I lost my notes, so I can't review it properly.
No!
So just gonna kind of tell you a bit about Konkret Comics in general, because so it's Konkret Comics spelled K-A. I messed up straight away.
Wipe out
Konkret Comics. And a lot of their stuff is basically Kickstarters. And these guys are basically starting up their own universe. They're not just kind of trying to put out one comic. They've got a bunch. The one I read was Odina, but one I really want to read is this character called Acolyte, which is by I've lost the names of the artists. Someone on the team. No, we've got Acolyte, we've got Odina, we've got one called Absolver. What else we've got? A character called Justice, and these characters look so dope. Like, honestly, they do.
Yeah, if you go on their website, the artwork looks sick. It does look really good.
Yeah.
Eric.
You can go on our Instagram page and see some, because we posted some stuff. So
yeah. What I'll do actually is I'll put everyone's website and Facebooks or Instagram on the link, so you can everyone can have a look.
Yay!
Real quick, we've got Derek Allen, who's the creator and writer of Acolyte. So I'm just going to go through the creators of the ones I just read. Brian Batts, Jim Campbell, who's the creator and writer of Justice. And we've got Naji Rouse as the creator and writer of Odina, which Odina was the one I read.
Nice.
And these aren't like just anybody. These people have worked. Like, for example, the guy who worked on Odina, he had a run on X-Men.
Nice.
And he said apparently that was like working on X-Men was like a real influence on his actual style of From what I remember, sorry again, I lost the note. Basically, she's this super. Seems like she was already doing the superhero thing once before. Wait.
Oh, Cassius, it's all right, babe. It's all right. We're gonna get the review out.
He's a bit moany at the moment.
Oh, bless you. Give him a piece of fruit. You damn.
Okay.
Dina, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So there's this superhero team. They're already fighting. They're like in a fight, and they wouldn't say they were necessarily struggling, but they needed the heavy hitter who was Odina. And I love the way she comes in. I can't remember what it's called. She has something that she calls like, and I might be getting this wrong, but like the Odina special. So basically where she just swoops in and just basically bodies whoever's like in her path, and then that's it. Fight's over.
Oh man.
And then it goes to like their headquarters where she's like, she doesn't really want to be part of the team. She's like, I said I would help out if you absolutely necessarily needed me. And they were like, well, what did you call today? And she's like, fair enough. But she's like, she just doesn't want to be called. You can tell she just doesn't want to be called. And then something happens at an apartment building, and she and a teammate go to check it out. This other female superhero, I forgot her name. By the way, this is like what I like about this comic, say for the superhero team, say you're reading X-Men or X-Men, Justice League, or the Avengers. I can't believe I forgot the name. The Avengers. The Avengers, and you've got like Captain America, Black Widow, Iron Man, and there's a whole bunch of white superheroes, and then Luke Cage is way over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this comic, they had like all their black superheroes, and then they had Becky. Becky was one of them. But she wasn't downplayed to be like, we're better than you. They just reversed the narrative, if that makes sense. So she was the blonde white character. She was a superhero, and she was actually a decent superhero, decent character in the book. She was just not as prominent as, like, say, Odina was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she and Odina and this other hero, they go to check out like something that's gone on, and I think it was an apartment building, and then they're caught by this other guy. No, this other guy and his assistant or his partner, and they don't get on straight away because it's that whole, when superheroes meet, it's like we have to show who's the strongest. It's like it's tradition. We gotta fight.
We have to arm wrestle now.
Yeah. And Odina and her partner like, no, we're here, we got this. And the other guy's like, nah, let's talk. And then that guy's partner and ends up in the fight with Odina and her partner, which was a lot of fun. And then it was the guy turns out to be like a god or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And it just leads into like a whole bunch of story that I am not going to get a chance to read until I read it. But the writing was really good. The artwork was really good. Obviously, it's a Kickstarter, so don't expect... In terms of writing, I would say the quality's there. And bear in mind, with any issue one, even when I read an issue one, whether it's a Batman comic or a Spider-Man comic, an issue one for me is always... I'm never like, oh my God. Yeah. So wait until the story gets in. But as an issue one, this was a pretty good book. I would love to read what comes next. And once I start making money again, I definitely will be investing. I'm actually going to invest in this whole Konkret universe because I'm going to read you a quick synopsis of Odina. Odina, where is that gone? Why would you do this to me?
I just like the name as well. Odina, like I'm just like.
The thing is, I've been following these guys on Instagram for a while. I just started seeing these drawings, and I'm like, "What's this?" Not realizing it was all part of the same. When you see pictures, not even realizing it was all part of the same universe. And then when I followed the main page, I was like, "This is sick." And this one acolyte character looks so sick. Like he almost looks like I don't know if you can see. Hang on. He almost looks like What's that guy? The black guy and the white girl in Marvel Comics.
Blue Marvel.
Oh, right. He almost looks. Oh, yeah. No. He almost looks like Clarke. He takes his hood off. He's got like these sick long dreads, and I just really want to read this comic. Anyway, I'm gonna quick thing on Odina.
Okay.
After taking a brief hiatus and getting normal life, Odina joined the fight. Can she live the life she dreads most, the life of a superhero? Follow Odina as she faces the demons of her past while battling for her future. On this journey, only one thing is certain. She's going to have to give it all she's got.
Yes!
Nice.
But,
we should do voice.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But no, that was a really fun read, and just the whole universe just looks,
it does look dope.
And the comics online, you can buy them on the website. I'm promoting you guys. You can buy them on the website, either the physical copy or the digital copy. Main website. They also have a Kickstarter. Oh, my accent sometimes. They also have a Kickstarter where you can, Kickstarters. You support. Go support.
There you go.
Do your thing,
Yay!
I also researched a few other. One comic that they had. I wonder if I can find it. Do I have the page up? They had one thing called I can't even pronounce it. Adze, ADZE. That's not that. So I can't find the character. Oh, there it is. He almost looks like Red Hood, like a ninja, but with long ass dreads.
Oh yeah. Kind of like a mix between Red Hood, the Predator, and
yeah.
We are all for this mixer, by the way.
Oh snap! I can read it. Oh man, I could have done a better review. It's because I haven't read it before. You can only read it. But Adze, I'm gonna give you a brief thing on this one because I really like the sound of this one. So it's by Jamal Lessie. Hope I didn't butcher your name. Oh, sorry, Jermail Lessie. Dude, if I pronounce your name wrong, I do apologize.
It's okay.
But it's all love, man.
It's all love, man.
For centuries, the Adze have been fighting in the shadows to free black people all over the world. Their fight will be over once their people are free, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually as well. We are Adze.
Nice.
I read that stuff. I was like, yes. Superman ain't coming to save you, man. He ain't. He's not coming to Honeywood.
There you go. Adze's coming, though. There we go. And
the Adze. When I read that synopsis, and there was another page, it might have been on their Kickstarter, where I read a bit more. It just sounded sick. So that's Konkret Comics. They really go check them out. Follow them on Instagram. Go on their Kickstarter.
Yeah, help them kickstart.
Yeah, man.
I feel like with our support, if we come away from the narrative that we're used to, we're starting to stop. Let me put it like this: stop looking for what you want where you're not wanted.
There you go.
Go out and find your own people who are actually doing what you want.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of great stuff out there.
And if you help them, then they will end up being what you're actually looking for. So there you go.
You never know what could happen as well. It depends on what you want. Like, for example, you've got characters like Icon and I cosplayed as him, Static Shock. They weren't DC Comics. They were like black-owned, over. Forgot the name of the comics. But then they gained popularity. DC liked them and bought them, and now they're in the DC universe. I think Icon has gotten back. I actually feel bad, I would say, because I remember one time I was at Comic-Con. This is before my awakening.
When we were still in the mix.
I was waking up, so I was waking up to quite a few things, but I was still, when it came to comic books, I was still like, Batman. I remember
but I'm gonna be asleep for a while, boy.
No, you're there. You're waking. You're awake. You're just like I just don't want to get out of bed right now. I'm
on snooze.
Don't worry, we got you, Rich. We got you.
I'm not saying. I want to be very, very clear. If you like reading The Flash, if you like reading X-Men or Fantastic Four, by all means, carry on reading. But support your own, because
stuff, man. Definitely.
There's a whole bunch of greatness that you're never gonna know unless you go out and look for it.
There you go.
All right, so I also found this one called Harriet Tubman.
One looks good.
Demon Slayer.
You didn't finish the story in the Comic Con.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I apologize. Sorry.
I was at Comic Con one year. It's probably one of the first 3 Comic Cons I went to. I can't remember which one. Mm-hmm. And there was like this, they got panels where they sell comic books, and there was a panel that had like Black-owned comic books and stories. And I just looked at them like, nah, man. You know what I mean? And I've been thinking about that recently, and I feel so bad. I wish I had took interest in. They had T-shirts, comic books, posters, and badges, pins, or whatever you call it. And the annoying thing is, the last few times that I've been to Comic Con, I've actively been looking out for those. Mm-hmm. Not seen them since that one day, and I feel I actually can't wait to go back to Comic Con so I can look for these panels because
well, we found quite a few panels there. You know what I mean? It's it. We follow quite a few. So if you guys are looking for some, like especially ones in London or the UK, like just check out our our Insta or whatever. We follow a lot of Black-owned UK-based comic book studios and publications. So
Instagram too. So
but
I'm saying, I think those times when you guys spoke, because I remember you guys speaking to people, I think that was times where I either couldn't get to Comic Con at that time, or I did meet you, but I was late.
You had to rush around.
I wasn't. I'm actively looking for this stuff. I'm actually want to downpick a lot what I'm reading currently and move on to. Because let's face it, I've read The Flash. I know what's going to happen. Dick Grayson, he'll be Dick Grayson soon.
You gotta come with us. I swear, like in this climate. So it's a small rant. In this climate, now that everybody on the planet has changed, like doesn't matter what anybody says, coronavirus, all of that stuff. Your mind has changed now. Marvel and DC. I'm gonna tell you this from now. And Image. But Image has always been a bit, quirky, but it's fine.
I would say Image is a bit more diverse than the other.
But Marvel
definitely.
and DC, you better come correct in your next phases of whatever you're doing, because
Isha is not talking about that new Warriors.
Oh
crap,
my! Let's not even get started on that, man. Let's not get. Okay.
They had the audacity. You know what? Because it's gonna make me come across a certain way online. It's cool.
No.
Get three new black superheroes, and you call one of them Snowflake and Twinkle Toes or whatever, and I'm not fat shaming anyone. If you're happy with who you are, then fine. God bless you. Shalom and all that. But you make a fat superhero with a backpack from the gods or whatever. Like, gods aren't giving you backpacks; they're giving you ancient relics. Internet gas. What is internet?
I don't know who this is, and I don't want to.
Boy, nah, you don't really want to.
I've never seen so many dislikes on YouTube in my life.
It's crazy.
The guy who created it.
Oh dear.
When I watched the video, he said, "Oh, when I went into the comic book store, I used to see the original New Warriors. I used to find them intimidating." And I'm like, what's wrong with you? As a geek, now when I was little, I had big ears, shaved head, big glasses. I was a straight up geek. Yeah. I mean, I'll punch you in the face if I had to. Don't play.
We still will. Yeah. Yes. Not just because we still wear glasses. We're cute now. We'll still F you up. Do not try us, okay? All love.
But I was a skinny kid, and I'm slim now. But I was a skinny kid when I used to see comic books. See Superman, Batman, and all them lot. They were like larger than life. I didn't find them scary and intimidating. I'm like, I want that. I want to be strong.
I want to be like that. Yeah.
And mighty. I didn't like. Oh no, mommy.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Anyway, that was the rant over. Let me go on to the rest of the stuff I want to talk about, so Rich can do his thing. At least I'm filling up time.
Yeah.
Right.
I told you we had stuff to talk about. Go ahead.
Right. Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. It actually sounds similar to the Adzi comic I was just telling you about. So this one is by David Crownson.
Hi, David.
David Crownson. So I'm going to give you a quick read. It's meant to be a comic book that blends the supernatural with her real life. Website says, when slave oh my god, I can't read any of that. Kieran J, what's going on? All right, bear with me. Slave owners can't stop the formidable. Oh yeah, okay, I got this. When slave owners can't stop the formidable ninja warrior Harriet Tubman, they call on the help of vampires, werewolves, witches, and demons to stop her. Harriet Tubman must lead a family of slaves to freedom while battling an army of darkness. I
just want to read it just for reading it.
I want to read it, but I also think this would make a sick animated show. Like really, if this was like a dark, gritty kind of Spawn type of animated show, kind of like
Spawn.
Yeah, Spawn. Yeah. So like a gritty art style as well. And you just got Harriet Tubman saving people, and she's bodying demons and vampires. And I would love. I actually cannot wait to read this. As soon as I have the finances to support this, I definitely will be supporting this. Everybody, I think this person has a Kickstarter as well.
Yeah.
Where you can just go on the main page and buy it. It's awesome. Who's it by? Sorry. Eva Crownson. Sorry, I didn't write down
Comics.
who.
Chocolate City Comics.
So check out Chocolate City Comics. They're on Instagram. I follow them as well.
Yeah.
They're
good people.
Another one I found is called Copycat and the Bomb Squad by Dark Child Studios, and this is created by Corey W. Taylor. And the website said, if you were a teenager with superpowers, how far would you go to save the world? So it's about a group of teens with incredible. This is from the website. So it's about a group of teens with incredible powers, no supervision, who are led by the unpredictable Copycat, who is on a mission to clean up their crime-infested city by any means necessary. See the Malcolm X quote?
Yeah.
Members. I went onto the website, and she's got. I didn't write the list of all the characters, but she kind of works. The superhero team's like very family orientated. I think she works with 2 or 3 of her siblings and then a friend. We go around the hood, and I actually read the preview on the website. It was actually quite funny. It's quite a charming book as well. You can tell she's kind of like the hothead of the group. Do you know what I mean? The bit I read was where she was with her older brother. What was his powers again? I forget. But her powers are like, she mimics powers. She's basically like Apache from Naruto.
Okay, cool.
Or Rogue.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Why am I forgetting her name?
Who?
Cable's daughter. Yeah.
What?
Hope. That's
Hope
it.
Summers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Hope Summers. And she's like a hothead as well. She rushes in, and her older brother. What does he have? Does he either have thunder or lightning powers or psionic? So he's got somewhere along those lines. He's like the one who has to like look out for her because she's so headstrong. And this is what I'm getting from like that first like preview I read. It was a lot of fun that one. So
nice.
Investing in.
Yay.
And that is the end of my notes. So definitely go check out all those ones. I think in terms of interest, the Konkret universe is where I'm leaning towards. Just the characters. Everything just seems that could. I think if that when that gets to a certain point, especially with revolution that we're having, they'll be up there. That they are working hard. Harriet Tubman just looks dope as well. The idea of turning Harriet Tubman into a superhero to me is just like dope as shit. Come on, you're on the Underground Railroad, and then all this.
She was a superhero,
that's what I love that quote she had. She said something like, I'm going to paraphrase it. I'm going to butcher it. Basically, she never lost anybody. She never lost a passenger or something like that. Basically, she never
left anybody behind. Yeah,
she didn't leave anybody behind. Everybody got free.
Nice.
Harriet Tubman is a real G.
All right.
Read comics, man. Don't make me talk about this. I ain't talking for talking's sake. Go get that shit.
Yeah. Support.
Speaking of getting that shit and supporting, I got. It's not actually really a comic. It's a children's book because I brought it for Cass, and he really enjoyed it. This one is called Later by Curtis Ackie. Curtis Ackie, I used to work with his brother, and he's an old friend of mine who I haven't seen for quite a while. And he just wrote this book and published it. He's got a Kickstarter as well. You can still support them. You've got, how many days are left as of today? Where is it? I think it's like 13 days to go, but they have reached their pledge. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But definitely go on the Kickstarter. It's Kickstarter /projects /For Me Books and For Me Books Later. So yeah. I've read it to Cass, and it's really a good book. It's just it's basically let me read the synopsis actually, because that would be a bit better. So plenty of people knock on the door, but mummy will be home later. Mum has gone to work, leaving the boys home alone with dad, waiting for her to return. A tender look at Afro-Caribbean family life. Later is a children's book, ages between 0 and 6, written by Curtis Ackie and illustrated by Kwanza Osajyefo. I've definitely butchered that name. I'm sorry if I did. So he says, "While I wrote the book, where possible, we collect as many books featuring black children as we can, so that our children can grow up seeing children who are culturally similar to themselves in the books they love, and yet our collection is not as big as we'd like. Representation is very important, so I literally put my own children in the book. Later is unique in that it depicts an Afro-Caribbean family with a stay-at-home dad and a mum who goes to work. My family." So yeah, it actually really got me, because you expect a book to be like, it's basically the Caribbean way of talking as well. So
yeah.
I love that.
So I'll read the first couple of pages, and it's like, "Dad, where's mummy? She's gone to work. She'll be back later. When is later? Later is later. Now give me some peace to read this paper." Thwack. What's that? Dad, hurry quick. What's that? Thwack. Is mummy back? It's Postman Jerry with all our letters. Hi, Postman Jerry. Wagwan. Everything, Chris? Later is later. Our mummy's away. Hey, come on, Yari. Let's go play. So yeah, it's really good, man. I definitely recommend getting this book. He's cute. No, he's published it himself as well. So he's doing his company, or the publisher is named For Me Books. So he said he's gonna do a lot more as well. So definitely look out for that. Because I've recently moved as well, I was going through my old stuff, and I actually forgot about this one. Now, I haven't read it yet, but this is another one that he wrote called Waking Dawn.
Nice.
Lovely artwork at the front. It says, if the fall is inevitable, then we must prepare for it. We must prepare for what we will find beyond it. Dawn's vivid imagination interferes with her ability to interact with reality. Since he quit his job as a music journalist, Elian's life has been directionless. They find themselves in love, where she plays the role of an obsessive. When the women in his life starts disappearing in mysterious circumstances, Elian begins to suspect that something could be amiss. So yeah, this is one I need to read back. But yeah, definitely check those out if you can.
Before you move on, quick, as you're just talking about kids' books, do you mind if I just throw a little something in there? I had to support this. I saw the animated show.
Oh, wicked!
Sick. For those who don't know, this is called Hair Love, a celebration of daddies and daughters. Sorry, I'm dropping the camera. Daddies and daughters everywhere, by Matthew A. Cherry, and illustrated by Vashti Harrison, who I actually follow on Instagram. Her artwork is sick.
Nice.
So I'm gonna read the synopsis real quick. If you don't want to read the book, there's a little animated
short
on YouTube or wherever you can find it. But I would definitely just support the book. Yeah. I haven't even read the book and I support it. I'm waiting to get a daughter. So Zuri knows her hair is beautiful, but it has a mind of its own. It kinks and coils and curls every which way. Relatable. So when Daddy steps into style it for an extra special occasion, he has a lot to learn, but he loves his Zuri and he'll do anything to make her and her hair happy. And for what I remember about the animated short, the animated little short, it was really, really good. And the narrative that's portrayed about us, it kind of hints at it and then shits on it at the end, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was sick. The fact that you did that, so everyone's thinking, okay, it's just those two, and then shit. So no, it was a really good animated short. I've skimmed through the artwork in the book before. It's just so sick. There's this little picture of her on a little castle with her sick little braids.
Oh, you're cute.
This is definitely.
It's okay, because we're gonna.
That was
perfect timing. That was beautiful. There we go. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard me, Rich, but I was saying thanks for putting that children's book on there, because it gave me the opportunity to plug this one. So
sorry, we came offline for a second there. So
I mean, it feels when you froze, and that's not too bad because nothing happened, really.
Yeah, that's okay.
So, like I said, with Curtis Ackie, actually, I used to work with his brother. But since we're on the subject of just throwing people's names out there, he's got a sister as well, who is a singer, and her music is actually really good. Her name's Lauren Ackie as well. So yeah, I'd just like to plug her as well. And
nice.
Yeah, so if you go on Spotify, or if you can Google her name, she's got a new album coming out, I think, or it's just released. But yeah, her name's Lauren Ackie. Check it out. It's really good music. Even Danielle was like, "Why are you listening to music that I like?" Because I normally listen to like hip hop or just like music that she doesn't like. She's like, why?
Straight up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Gotta have some gangster shit, man.
But yeah, if you don't want the gangster stuff and you want something nice and smooth and beautiful, then yeah, Lauren Ackie. Follow her. All right.
One more thing, sorry, because it just made me nostalgic. It'll be 2 seconds. I used to read Obro books when I was a kid. I don't know if you can do this. Obro books. Anyway, but they used to have like black stories in them. And you can tell this is so old because I've read it so many times. And they used to have like old school, like African stories and sometimes Caribbean stories. They were so good. And you had like Land of the Spirits. Obviously, you can tell my parents were all about ancestors.
Nice.
And the otherness. That's how I got into like comics. These are like my first ever comics. But yeah, I don't know if they're ever in print, but so it's OBO book, like books. Like if you get a chance to like, maybe there's like archives of them, but they have really nice collections, and you know they're all.
What was it? OBO.
OBO books. So hopefully they still have them in print, and you can, I don't know, hopefully download them or get them.
Sweet.
We'll put the link in below. Hopefully they're still about, or you can just read about what they used to have, and hopefully we can bring them back ourselves. We can kickstart some old school.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do that. That'd be good. Obo people, come.
All right.
But yeah.
So.
Okay. You got next, Rich?
So some new finds, as in, we can still carry on with what we're doing anyway. But you had Kariba and Shtajio.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, those two. So I think Kariba is I've lost myself now. So it's
graphic novel, right?
It's a graphic novel. I think it's from Zimbabwe. If I'm not mistaken.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah, it's from Zimbabwe. Set in Zimbabwe. Is it blue? Is it the blue?
Blue Forest Collective.
There we go. I've got my notes. I'm here. I am here. Right. So, Kariba, graphic novel. Yeah, published by Daniel Clarke. See here. It's written. Right. Okay. So, I'm gonna read it because I forgot where I was at the moment. Right, so set in Zimbabwe, Kariba is a new project currently on Kickstarter created by Blue Forest Collective. The Cape Town-based studio hopes to raise funds towards developing a feature film. The story is set in Zimbabwe in the 1950s, when the construction of the Kariba Dam was said to be undermined, repeated by the river god. Is it Naim?
Yeah,
Naimi.
Naimi.
But
Naimi.
Naimi. Yes. If you get a chance to definitely go on Blue Forest website and check out this animation. It has that Studio Ghibli feel, and it
does look good.
It's beautiful, and it looks so good. Like it's only like a minute, but I'm like, where's the rest of it? That kind of Hoyo meets what's the other one? Like that, my neighbor Totoro kind of like feel kind of thing, but just with the kind of Zimbabwe aesthetic. And the little boy in there, he's a river god, and you just see him. He's just like he's like hardcore water bending, doing like the most and speaking to even though he's not doing anything, he's speaking to the giant fish, and it's just really beautiful. So yeah, if you get a chance to check them out, support them, help them kickstart this, because I feel like different communities that we have, especially across the globe, they're doing a lot in terms of animation, in terms of comics, and obviously their narrative is phenomenal. They have all that such, the rich history, they have the surroundings, so it's just nice to see another aesthetic. And who doesn't like a little black boy with dreads who can waterbend and talk to giant fish, continuously fucking up the dam because the man is trying to stop the water? Who doesn't want that? I want that. So if you get a chance,
there's that man again.
Yeah, the man again. But if you get the chance, check out Kariba. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Blue Forest Comics. They are amazing. And then the second one is
Diart
Shtajio. I am not saying it right. It's the first time I've ever fucked up name. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm the master of messing up names.
And it's okay. So again, another studio, black owned, by two brothers. I think they're called the Mad. Is it the Mad Twins? It is the Mad Twins. I believe it's the Mad Twins. Yeah, it's the Mad Twins. No, it's not. Sorry, they're different people.
It's
sorry, that's another person.
Arthel Isom.
That's it. Arthel Isom. So yeah. Again, they have wonderful what do you call it? Anime on YouTube if you get a chance to. There's a really nice one called, I think, The Doll.
Yeah.
It's about a doll maker or a toy maker, and he he's made loads of toys, but I don't think it's been enough. It hasn't filled a void in him. And then I think now he's onto this kind of passion project where he makes more or less a live like a robot kind of Pinocchio, but a little girl Pinocchio kind of thing. Animation looks sick. The studio is...
No, I was going to say he does have a brother actually. He's Darnell, Ethel, and Darnell Essom.
There you go. See, I'm getting my brothers mixed up. So,
literally.
Yeah. The Mad Twins made Blockheads, and then these two made this one. Different, but it's okay. So yeah, if you get a chance to check them out, again, I think they're doing quite a few Kickstarters, and I think they're trying to kickstart the doll as well. They're on YouTube. The animation is beautiful. It's kind of, if I was gonna put it towards anything, it's like Boondock. It's like an adult Boondocks version, kind of. So
adult Boondocks. How adult does it get?
No, but you know what I mean. Like, you know how Boondocks, like the animation is like the illustration. Should I say the illustration?
It clearly appeals to children. Boondocks.
Yeah, kind of thing. With this, is like it's a little bit harder. It's like, I don't know. I like the lines are like sharper. I don't know how to explain it, but
I know what you mean. I get what
you get one. So, but yeah, if you get a chance to check them out, Artel and Darnell Ismon. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I'm so sorry. But I really love you. I really love them. They're really good. And check out the doll because it's really pretty. It's only like 1 minute and 20 seconds, but it's like, I need more. I need more.
Please,
of course.
Yeah.
I will send all links in
We're
the
gonna
chat.
yeah.
And
We'll share all of that. All of that.
Yeah.
I like that.
All of that. Alright, so I've got a couple, a few that I just want to quickly run through. These are basically, I think we've actually spoke about them before on the podcast anyway. And these are through Image Comics. So the first one I want to talk about quickly, I haven't read them either, so these are missions that I need to do. But the first one is Excellence, Volume 1 by Brandon Thomas. So Spencer Dales was born into a world of magic. His father belongs to the Aegis, a secret society of black magicians ordered by their unseen masters to better the lives of others, those with greater potential but never themselves. Now I keep saying now it's time for Spencer to follow in his father's footsteps, but all he sees is a broken system. Sorry.
It's okay. We can It's okay.
But all he sees is a broken system in need of someone with the wand and the will to change it. But in this fight for a better future, who will stand beside him? So yeah, reading that actually, I think I read about 2 or 3 issues. So I need to catch up on that. The next one is one that your brother actually recommended to me. I can't remember if Shaun. Shawnee B. Yeah, the Riddler.
Riddler. Okay.
Shaun.
Big up Shaun.
John.
I can't remember if...
By the way, sorry, real quick, his Tones&TheBiz.
Yes.
Another shout out to them because that they're strong and they're doing really, really well.
Tones&TheBiz.
Yay.
They're a podcast
guys.
Who talks about games. They're all about the gamings.
Nice.
Yeah, he thinks he's not a gamer. So I have to apologize for my crappy Jamaican accent just now. I got really lazy as I started. I just couldn't be bothered to commit. Sorry about that. To my people, I'm sorry. Anyway. Sorry.
He thinks he's not a gamer.
He thinks he's not a gamer, but he's
a proper gamer. Show.
I thought I was a gamer, but they're using terminology and shit I've never even heard of. I'm like, no, badness. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, they talk about games basically, and they're around my age, so in the 30s, mid to late 30s. So they've been around it. We've been around the gaming system for because they. I say we because when I first started playing games, I was coming around you guys' house and playing games with you guys.
I remember.
So yeah, but yeah. They've been playing games for years, and they're talking about the new games. They've talked about the PlayStation 5, that new review, the preview they had. I think they're talking about the game that Danielle's actually addicted to now, which is The Last of Us 2.
You too.
Nice.
So yeah, they're really good. They're really knowledgeable as well. So check them out. I think they're on issue. Yeah, they're
on issue.
episode 12 at the moment. We do issues.
Issues.
Nice. What are they called again?
And Biz.
Tones and Biz.
The Tones and the Biz.
Tones and the Biz.
Yeah.
Tones and the Biz. Oh, big up all the podcasters. Tones and the Biz.
Yeah.
The Bloods are Us. Agents of Screen. You know, I mean, Sith Lord, he's a gamer, but anyway, yeah, go ahead.
So Tones and the Biz, stick around to the end because they do this really cool thing with characters in the bar. I love that. That's like my favorite part of the show.
Yay! Cool. And then obviously check us out because we're the social. Go ahead, keep going.
So yeah, as I was saying, Biz recommended this to me. I can't remember if I was actually talking about. I think I was talking about Farmhand or Chew, and he recommended them both basically. So Farmhand.
We have reviewed both.
We have
reviewed both. Yes.
So Farmhand is by Taylor Wells and Rob Guillory, and Chew is about with Rob Guillory and John Layman.
They're both so sick.
Yeah, it is sick. So Chew, Tony Chew is a cop with a weird secret. Tony Chew is kibopathic, which means he gets he gets psychic impressions from whatever he eats. It also means he's a hell of a detective, as long as he doesn't mind nibbling on the corpse of a murdered victim to figure out who done it and why. It's a dirty job, and Tony has to eat terrible things in the name of justice. And if that wasn't bad enough, the government has figured out Tony Chew's secret. They have plans for him, whether he likes it or not, presenting a twisted new series about cops, crooks, cooks, cannibals, and clairvoyants. So that's Chew. And Farmhand, Jediah Jenkins is a farmer, but his cash crop isn't corn or soya. Jed grows fast-healing plug-and-play human organs. Lose a finger? Need a new liver? He's got you covered. Unfortunately, strange produce isn't the only thing Jed's got buried. Deep in the soil of the Jenkins family farm, something dark has taken root, and it's beginning to bloom. So yeah, these two, just a synopsis of the two comics. I'm like, I need to get on those.
They're jokes, yeah. You're definitely like Chew, like, and as well when you're reading Chew, like on the back, obviously they have like customer comments as well. So just read the comments because they're hilarious, and then like. And then Farmhand is just like, it's just weird and wonderful. So no, you'll really enjoy them. They're really fun.
I have been meaning to buy Chew for years. I think I've got a couple volumes in my Amazon wish list at the moment. They're just been sitting there. But I need to come out of the narrative and go get that shit, man.
Go get the source. And another one as well. Man. Another one. I'm hoping it comes over here. I'm not sure if it's come over here, but I'm gonna find it. I'm like a bloodhound for this comic. It's Burnout, and I've mentioned it before, like way in back issues of the podcast. But it's basically a synopsis where these teens, every time they smoke weed, they see the truth of the world. They see aliens.
I remember you talking about this. Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah.
I'm not saying I know the comic. I know it, and I get it.
And they get, so I really want to find that comic. Anybody out there knows what that comic is? Let me know. Let us know so we can purchase it and review it. It's
that's by Image Comics as well, right?
Talk about
Burnouts.
What's it called?
Yeah. Huh?
Burnout. What's it called, Isha?
Burnouts.
Burnouts.
Burnouts. Alright, so the last two, one of them is called Black, written by Kwanza Osajyefo, with art by Jamal Igli. Sorry. Black is a creative vision of a world where only African Americans have superpowers. The quick log line is essentially, what if all the X-Men were black? Black is smart, razor sharp, and very easy to pick up for readers more familiar with traditional superhero universes. So Yeah, that one's an interesting one for me. And another person I would like to plug is a guy called Kendall Gray, aka Boog Nice. It's not.
Oh shit! Yeah, I follow him.
Yeah. So he is a photographer and the CEO of ACBA, which stands for Articulated Comic Book Art. So yeah, he's in the action figure game where he basically you pose figures, take pictures, and
like what I do better.
and you kind of mimic comics or movie scenes with your figures basically. So this was taken from a Previews magazine because they interviewed him, and basically he's doing a few rounds of the interviews at the moment, so you can catch him on his website. I can't even. Do you know what? I don't even remember the name of his YouTube channel. But just put in ACBA and he'll come up on there. I'm trying to remember what it is, but I can't.
I've been on this page for a while. Hang on a sec.
We're gonna find it because Rich has this thing where he's like,
I know, right? I know.
Until I find this.
It's really bad.
Yeah, so it's not a bad thing. We like
I
it
need to
because
tell
we
you,
want the
it's,
information. So
it's
he's
Boog_. His channel is actually called Boog_ACBA.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
So from posing G.I. Joes as a kid to becoming the CEO of Articulated Comic Book Art, Kendall Gray has found a way to turn the joys of childhood into a bona fide business venture. Toy collecting and toy reviews are a popular business on social media as it dictates what trends catch fire in the 80.26 billion a year toy industry. Boog Nice, aka Kendall Gray, was one of the early adapters inspired by Jim Lee's art and articulation of the Marvel Legends toy line. Kendall replicates scenes from movies and comic books by using dioramas, props, dramatic lighting, and more to create a high quality 3-dimensional experience. So yeah, if you guys,
nice.
He does.
As well. Like his stuff is just
there is some
he's
really good
one of my favorites.
photographers out there. If you go on Instagram and just put ACBA and hashtag ACBA, and you see some good stuff, man.
Nice.
Or you can go to the Outlaw Red Hood and look at his stuff. He's got some dope shit.
He has got dope shit. You know what I mean? We're going to feature more of his stuff on the Source Wall because I know he's sitting on content over there and he ain't sharing nothing.
Look at that. I'm about that shit, man.
There
Red
we go.
Hood Gotham, looking over Gotham City.
There you go.
Shit ain't easy, man.
Alright. Cool. And that's
I'm no book.
That's all I got for today.
Well, there's stuff that was left off the list that we said that we would talk about.
Yeah.
Rich was like, I missed that purpose.
No. It was just one thing. It could be a quick. This doesn't have to be long.
But you didn't want to talk about it as well.
No. Favorite superhero.
Right.
Favorite black superhero. That was it. Oh no, I want you two to talk about that other thing. Definitely, I want to hear this. I
think that would be an extended conversation.
Yeah. Me too. I feel the rage already. Yeah, God.
She ain't for us. I'm telling you.
All right, let me quickly. I'm going digging a hole.
Digging deep. Are we doing favorite black superheroes? Oh no.
Quickly,
come on.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go on.
Wait. You guys go first.
Oh, okay. You want me to go? Okay. Favorite superheroes? Just obviously on a weird one. I love Happy from I Hate Fairyland because she's banging, and even though she's not really a superhero, well, she's kind of a superhero now because something happened to her, and now she's like the ruler of the underworld. So I love her, and she's like a cooler superhero. If you get a chance to watch, read I Hate Fairyland, it's a really good issue. It's actually really hilarious. And second, just because she doesn't get that much light, but I love her, is Wolf from Kipo and the Wonder Beasts. She's amazing. She's so cool.
I do like Wolf.
Wolf is good. She was when this land got taken over by genetically modified plants and animals, and all the humans had to go underground, Wolf was on the surface, and she basically had to obviously survive. And she's got the beautifulest big hair, and she got raised by wolves. Actually, that's why they call her Wolf. But
sad.
you know,
you see her origin.
Yeah, her origin's a bit sad, but like now you know why she's like that. But she's a banging character. She basically teaches everybody how to stay alive. So it's great if you get to those two are my unusual comic book heroes. But you know me, I'm a Storm Nova person. But anyway, I'm doing Wolf and Happy. Go ahead. What's yours?
Me, I've been thinking about this for a while, and it's actually bloody difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So, also, there's not that many.
Yeah.
Very small pond.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking between Luke Cage and Blade, and I think I'm leaning more towards Blade, the vampire.
The vampire slayer. Yeah.
I just think he's just a dog. He's so cool. I remember I was reading a Defenders comic, like with Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Daredevil, and whoever the other one was. Iron Fist. Iron Fist. And something happened to them. I think they got laid out, beat up by somebody. And then Blade comes and helps them. And then the way I can't do the motion, but it was just a sick scene. He comes in, helps them, and he's like, well, that's my favor. No more favors, Luke Cage. I was like, oh, this guy is sick. And then I've been reading him in Avengers, in the latest Avengers comics, because he's an Avenger at the moment. And he doesn't give a crap. He just does his own thing. He's like the Wolverine or the Raphael of the group. You know what I mean? I really like that about him. He's just about because even as an Avenger currently, he just ducks out. It's like, no, I've got vampires to kill.
Yeah.
Time for Sorry. Galactus, no, man. Dracula.
Yeah, yes. I'm going to Castlevania. That's where you'll find me.
I think he's I love his characters. My first introduction to Blade, I think, was the '94 Spider-Man cartoon. Then he got obviously the movies. And then when I started reading him in comics, I've got the figure of him. I just think he's a dope. In general. And then afterwards, I would say Luke Cage, obviously, because let's face it, I think as black men, we'd all like to be a little bit of Luke Cage when we're in certain situations, you know what I mean? So I'll say those two. And obviously, Storm, Aurora Monroe is probably like the first black superhero I ever saw.
In a major group.
Yeah, she is up there for me. Yeah. And the thing is about Storm, she's not portrayed to be weak. She's probably like one of the strongest, mentally strongest characters you can find out there. And on top of that, probably one of the most powerful beings on Earth in that universe.
Category 5.
Storm is dope.
Yeah,
Storm, Luke Cage, and Blade, but not in that order, obviously.
Okay.
All right, I've stalled enough for you, Rich. I can see you thinking.
We can't hear you now.
Sorry.
Oh, there you go.
I was gonna try and do one that is not really blatant, but I really can't think of one. Without saying Axel Foley or so yeah, I'll go for Black Panther. It's my favorite, and like my cousin's saying in the chat, his is Miles Morales.
Nice.
Are based on the plainly based on the fact, his favorite Spider-Man, and although not a superhero, the Raikage from Naruto. Do you guys know? Yeah.
Okay.
What? Funny rats.
Raikage. I don't know this character. Raige.
Pronounced Rai. Kage. Kage. Shadow. Like, I think that's lightning shadow. Lightning. Whatever.
So that's his two. And my two is Black Panther and Miles Morales.
And just big up to some of the other Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk's an old school one. That's a black character. Obviously Spawn. You know what I mean? Like,
Meteor Man.
Meteor Man. I have that comic, you know.
Do you have it?
Don't test me. I've got that comic. I have that comic.
Hey, hold on.
Meteor Man comic.
That's gonna be worth something. I'm telling you.
I've got a Meteor Man comic. Like, thanks, Dad. I love you, Dad. You're amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got a Meteor Man comic laying around somewhere. But yeah, like, so big up all the old school comics, like Ant Girl or was it Ant something? Anyway, but yeah, it's good. It's
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So
I have to give a shout. So I have to give a shout out to Jon Stewart from Green Lanterns, because I didn't pick him as a favorite superhero, but my first introduction to him was
that.
The
He was
animated
badass, man.
animated Justice League, and he was dope. I was so glad they picked him and not Hal Jordan, because
he was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to go back and watch those actually.
I was just thinking that actually.
If only we had HBO Max, or the Warner Brothers, whatever they got now. We ain't getting that for a while.
Well, no. Those on DVD? I don't know.
I'm sure we can, ask someone and find it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's links out there. Telegram. Anyway,
that's issue 89 of the Source Wall.
We did it.
We
with
did
no content.
Yeah. We made content. We kickstarted some content.
Definitely.
That's what we did. So, yay. But thank you for joining us. Welcome us back. We're here. You know what I mean? We might be a bit sporadic because things are a little bit tumultuous, whatever, internet, all of that stuff. But none of us are in jail, so we're still here. You're still going to get news, reviews, and all that great source. Because you know why? Because we're the Source War. We're here every Wednesday, 7:30-ish. Man like Rich, man like Kieran, man like Isha, Phantom Specialist, the Outlaw Red Hood. We read comics too. The Source War. One represents all. Kieran, tell them what we're not going to do.
Don't forget to bring a sandwich.
What?
Peace out, guys.
Big man thing.